In this video, I'll be breaking down a Forex prop firm tier list generated for the traders by the traders. Now, back in 2023, when I first looked at prop firms, I had no idea which one to go for. Like many of you guys, when you have your first $100 to $500, you want to make sure that the prop firm that you go with has longevity. The prop firm that you go with has good rules. And whilst you can hear one trader say one thing and one trader say another, ultimately it is your decision which one that you want to go for to start with. And this one website helped me make all of these decisions in the easiest way possible, all in one place. Before we head into the tier list, I want to discuss the prop firm match which helped me make it. This is the best comparison tool in the prop firm space to decide on which prop firm is best suited to you, whether it's your first challenge and you're just getting started, or you're already multiple 100Ks of funding and you're looking for that progression for another prop firm. Now, as we go into the interface, it's so simple. First of all, you can break down Forex or futures. We're obviously going to focus on Forex. And as we come down here, we can see on a basic level, the ranking of the firm through generated traders' experiences, which have been submitted on here. We've also got the country of residence, how many years the firm's been in operation, different asset classes, platforms, and the allocation with also promo codes here. So we're enabled to really filter, just on the left here, we can see. We want to make sure we're going for a firm that's at least 4 and have been in operation a few years. Trading FX, for example, MT5. And let's go to 2-step, which is what I personally like. And we can see here the best ones that are coming up. So we've already got 6 that we can work with. On another level here, let's jump into the challenges because let's see which ones are offered here. So with that being said, we want to look for the 2-step. We want 100K, which is what I recommend and what I go for. And we look at FX. So this is already filtered up for us. Here you get a deeper breakdown of what you can actually see. You can also see profit 1 and profit 2 that you need for phase 1 and 2, which is normally different for most. We see some here are 6 and 6. We can also see the profit split that you get, the payout time, and also the price of the challenge with the max daily loss. These are just the basic things that you need to understand before purchasing a prop firm, because there is so many other rules that may come with this. You have to make sure you're able to look at this and go, yeah, you know what? I can trade this. I can hit 6%. That's a realistic goal. And then you can obviously push forward from that point. And from all of these firms here, you can just develop an idea of which ones you like. Maybe write a list down and then effectively go into more detail to understand which ones are the best. The first thing I would say is most important is probably trading conditions, which come in the type of spreads. So we're obviously going to go to Forex and filter this still. And obviously, if you're still looking for that 4 out of 5 star and you're looking for MT5, we can obviously filter all this out. I would look really at all the ones here that we can trade. I'm not going to do the ones that I just trade. We can see the differences between the ratings of the firms, what the spreads ultimately are. So I would say, from what I can see here and my personal experience, the spreads on the fivers are very, very good. You can see they're beating all the other firms here. 0.0 for EU and GU, which is very rare to see. And the commission per lot is only $4. If we compare that to another firm, let's say FTMO, we've got a bit higher spreads here. We are looking at times fairly high. I think the reason why they're a bit high at this point is maybe due to it being the weekend. These are normally, I would vouch for EU being around 0.2 to 0.4 and GU maybe being 0.4 to 0.7. But the commission is lower per lot as well. So here you can break down the spreads, and that's what I would look at next. The very most important thing is the trading conditions, because last thing you want to be doing is, especially if you've got multiple prop firms, is setting the same entry point and some getting tagged in and some not, because that's something that happens to me all the time. And we can always see that the better trading conditions are the one with lower spreads. So that's the massive thing that I would look at before then diving in to which prop firm that you would like. As a result, because of the way I'm already with fivers and I've had a good experience with these and they offer really good trading conditions, this is where you want to click on the firm and you want to understand the full picture, because this stops you going through all the FAQs, trying to text live chat. All the hidden rules that they may have to be placed on here. What Prop Firm Match are so good at doing is updating things as they happen with the company. And I've had so many problems with prop firms in my experience, actually, where I've had a late email saying that this rule has changed now, or this rule will change in a few days. You missed the email. Whereas if you can come onto Prop Firm Match, see if there's anything that's changed with the prop firm that you're with, it enables you to just adjust and you're not having to stress, because that's the biggest thing in prop firms. You are under their rules, so you have to make sure that you abide by them, right? So if we were to go on to the Fivers, we can see the Trustpilot's actually higher ratings because it doesn't include verified traders' experiences. We can see here discounts which are offered here, 5% off, which is nice to see. You get the firm overview. You can obviously click on the reviews. You can read the reviews. We obviously have the different types of challenges. You can see there's so many challenges. It's very overwhelming if you don't have the breakdowns of which these are and what they mean. This helps you select which program you want to go with. We see here we've got the offers, and the biggest thing that I was just saying here, announcements. The announcements that are coming out from the firm with potential rule changes or maybe different regulations they have to abide by, or even just offering up new promotions or different challenges here that we see with weekly contests on the Fivers. The last one we look at is we go on to the payouts. We don't have any payouts here, but other firms will have this in. We can click on this just to go and see. We have proof here of certain firms and how long they take to pay out, which is very, very good as well. That's more down the line once you're funded, but it's good to know that prop firms are paying you out within a short period. I think the biggest thing there is you don't want to be waiting too long to get your payouts, because ultimately some of the accounts you can't trade until you have the payout. The key thing that sets Prop Firm Match apart though than any other prop firm comparison website, including Trustpilot, has to be the reviews. Now these reviews are verified through Prop Firm Match by traders that have been funded or in fact actually got a payout and gone through the whole process. And this is where you can obviously have a look at any of these prop firms and see what is the full process like. This isn't just the very start. That before was purchasing the account. Now we're on to getting all the way to the end and continuing to build a relationship with the prop firm. So if we were to go to, for example, let's have a look at the Fivers. They've got the most reviews. We can obviously filter anything here between who's had the most reviews, for example, and which ones have the best trading conditions. So it's really, what are you looking for? Are you trying to get the most out of the credibility of the number of reviews, or are you really focusing on maybe you want the payout process to be as slick as possible? So then you can really identify maybe the firm, look, FTMO hasn't had too much, but their payout process seems to be very smooth in comparison to some of the others like Funded Pips, way more reviews, but not quite as good of a payout process. So you can filter on the left here as well from account size to the rating of the firm again, the steps. So let's go on to 2-step because obviously that's what we've been talking about. And we want to try and get the highest number of reviews. And let's go on to, for example, all of the Fivers again. We can review the reviews that we've seen on here. And as we go on to the Fivers here from Funded Traders Reviews, we can see individual reviews here from traders that have actually spoken out. Did they like the firm? Did they not? And given the ratings in all 4 areas. Did they manage to pass the account size, what step program it was? Did they actually reach a payout? But not only that, the best thing about it, verified certificates of them reaching the funded phase or even getting into a payout. And yeah, you can filter this again. You can go to the newest to the oldest, or the highest rated to the lowest rated. I like this one specifically because you can see the accounts that do have the highest rating and have also reached a payout. And then you can go to ones that don't have good at all. And you get a fair representation of, okay, funded traders that haven't had a good experience with a prop firm like the Fivers who are so highly rated. Is there a pattern that you start reading? So we can see as well, not just this, that we actually see a retaliation from the prop firm that comes out and speaks out against what happened with this specific trader. And this is what I like about customer care. When it comes to a prop firm, you want them to be responding and you want them to be having open and honest conversation about what happened to this trader. Were they able to do things right, or did they do something wrong potentially? So this is really key. And I could speak about this all day, but this is such a good tool to compare and look through all the firms, all the stages, even going into the different types of challenges to find the one that you're specifically going for. And this builds up a more safer option for you to pick that prop firm than you ever would have before without looking at this. This is the tier list in all of its glory. We've already got it set up because it would take too long to individually do it. But I do want to talk about the prop firms we've got And I have made it a star rating rather than an individual ABC rating. We do have a weird color code here. I didn't mean to do it like this. It's just the way it's turned out. And this was at the time of recording what I currently did. This may change over time. We're obviously going to see here what are the top firms and a little bit about each firm, just so people can get a grip of what they are if they don't know which ones, because I've definitely noticed a few new ones in here. We're going to start at the very, very top. Best trading conditions, the fivers. They seem to stand out. They obviously have a very good payout system as well, and I can vouch for them. We have E8. Why I like them is I don't go with them because of the rules that they have, certain news rules and stuff, but what they do offer is one phase 1, one phase 2, one phase 3. They haven't really deviated from that, and they keep it very simple within what their rules are. And then we have 4 Traders, which is a UAE firm that's actually quite new off the block, only been around for about a year, but they've had really, really good ratings since they've come out. And I didn't even know about these, so they're one to watch out for moving forward. As we go into the 4.6 to 4.7, at this point, this is very, very high rating. Anything above 4.5 is one of the top firms in the industry, I would say. And we have got FTMO here, which are my personal favourites, and they always have been. I like the higher allocation that they have, 400k, and it just works really well. Top 1 Trader are a US-based firm, which is good for US traders out there. Obviously, yeah, they've only been in operation for a year as well, which isn't the longest. FTP, I've got fellow traders that obviously use FTP and I've had a good experience. They've got quite a lot of different rules though, so I'll double check some of them. And then we have here another one I never heard of, which is from the UAE again. We have Bright Funded, that again have only been in operation for around a year. We have max allocation of 400k. They do not offer MT5 though, so that's one that I wouldn't choose myself. And that's where Funded Next are one of the biggest in the industry, and they always have been. And they're still keeping a high rating, and I've not gone through the full process with Funded Next. I am currently on a challenge with them, and I'm trying to pass that. And I think the entries have been good. I've not had a problem with the system, with how things have been working on them. But I have no doubt firms between 4.6 and 5, especially the ones at the very top, are the ones you want to be going for to begin with your prop firm journey. They're the most reliable. You're not going to have as many issues, and that's what you need when you're starting off. That's where we're going to 4.3 to 4.5. Good firms after you've got some funding with these ones at the top. Alpha Capital Group, one of the biggest, if not the biggest in the UK, I believe. They would have been up here if they just stuck to what they originally were going for. Obviously, I'm not with them anymore. I've been banned. I would say they changed certain things and made these bad rules that have put them down. And it goes to show, because the traders are reflecting that, they're not a top tier firm anymore. They were in that area. It's a shame to see them do that, but it's the way they've decided to go, and that's up to them. Will Alpha Capital last the long run? We'll have to wait and see. CTI, again, another firm that I've been banned from when I was going through a challenge phase. Wasn't a fan of them, but their overall trading conditions were good. And this is the problem you've noticed here, like, been with these two, not had a problem. With these, not had a problem. And as soon as you come down into the lower tier firms, seem to have some variability of I'm starting to have issues with. So it goes to show the ratings are reflecting of my personal experience. Aquafunded look pretty good. They're again a new firm here, only 1 year in operation. They offer MT5 and they're 400k max allocated, so there's options there for them. GoFunded Trader, I've just got a challenge with them actually, so I'm currently going through phase 1. And so far so good, I've not had a problem with them. So I've heard about them, and obviously now I'm taking a challenge. A little bit of a different type of firm though, because they are from Hong Kong and they've only been in operation for a year again. So a lot of these newer firms I would be careful with, because whilst they can be good, I'm not too sure the longevity. Whereas you see the top dogs here, E8, 5 as FTMO, at least 5 years in the industry. They've been around for a long time. As we go to this next one here, Funding Traders, UAE firm again, and 2 years in operation. We see a 600k max allocation, which is quite a lot here. GoFunded Trader off 800 as well. So these two have a lot of allocation to obviously go for here, which is nice. Seacrest Funded are from the US, another good firm for traders out there from America. They are in operation for about 2 years and offer 400k max allocation. You see how many options there are. There's so many different choices for different traders in different countries. I know some of these firms ban certain countries, so this is another thing you want to be looking at when you're going through these firms. And here we have Maven from St. Lucia, which is a weird country to be in. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe some tax benefits to it. I'm guessing that's probably the case. Operation for 2 years with a 200k max allocation, so that would be quite quick to get max allocated on. And these are the firms I would personally say up to this point are good. You could go for these after you get your max allocation on some of these. I would try and spread and diversify your risk. It's always good to go with a mixture of prop firms if anything happens. And that's the thing. These firms once, especially Blue Guardian, that are in the 4 to 4.2 or once at 4.6, they were one of the top to go with, and they've slipped down over the years. So be careful when you're considering a prop firm that maybe have dropped or maybe look like they will drop further. And I don't know about any of these because I've not gone with any of them. But we do have here Blue Guardian, which they were one of the biggest, as I said, back in the day. They have been around for 3 years though, so they're getting there. They give you a max allocation of, it says, over $1 million, $1.05 million, which is a lot. Which, again, the higher the allocation, be a bit more wary, just because that means the good traders can make even more money. And obviously the prop firm model can be flawed at that point because they don't want traders making too much. And if you're one of them profitable traders, you may get flagged up a lot easier. Quantecal here, based in South Africa, been around for only a year. There's a lot of new firms in here, and it'll be interesting to see how long of some of these last. And here we have a new one, which is Blueberry Markets, which are 4.1. They haven't even had a year in operation yet, so they're very new, the newest out of all of these firms. I would personally wait to see a bit more verification that they're good. They could start already dropping down into here. What I would say of prop firms is the lower they've been in, the higher rating they need to have, because over a couple of years of operation, I would expect the points to drop maybe by 0.2, 0.3, because they have to make adjustments throughout the period of keeping profitable. And that's what I would also just watch out for. Lastly, going into the trash, some of these firms are lucky enough to still operate under a 4-star and not have somehow gone under completely are these three. We have Definitive Funding, which are 3.6 from Cyprus. They've been around for 4 years. Shock, the highest amount of max allocation that we've seen yet, $1.45 million. I think these offer a lot of instant funding models, and they were looking quite good with FXify back in the day. I was actually looking into these about a year ago. They've both seemed to have just gone under. I'm not too sure what the ins and outs are. FXify 3.9 from the UK. They've only been around for 2 years. Nearly a mil allocation with these as well. So yeah, I'd be careful. I just wouldn't even go for them, to be honest. And the last one here is CFT, which are from Switzerland. I've not actually heard of these at all. They offer 300k allocation, but only 2 years in operation. Traders have spoken, and this is a pretty reliable source of what prop firms are good, because they are verified with at least 50 reviews each. Any firm under 50 I didn't include in this, because it needs to be a fair representation. But make of this what you will. Make sure you look at each individual prop firm before you go and buy it. And I hope this helps you make a decision on which prop firm you should trust or which you should avoid, and which ones you may be unsure of and want to see a bit more to verify that they are good. At this stage, you should have one prop firm solidified in your head with at least a willingness to purchase an account and give a go. I'm going to show you how to get the most off that account, and also through Prop Firm Match's loyalty program, eventually get free challenges through redeeming points. All you need to do is create an account on Prop Firm Match website. And what you're able to do here is purchase an account through Prop Firm Match, which will enable you to get an exclusive discount and in fact, eventually get different accounts for free, which we can see here. 2,000 points gets you a 5k and so on, all the way up until a 500k account, which is 80,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the process of purchasing an account on here and how to redeem your points. Points on Prop Firm Match isn't just through purchasing an account. It can also be done through referring friends and family, or also hitting funded account milestones on the account that you've purchased. You'll be able to receive your points within 48 hours as long as you upload your information of the prop firm confirmation there. So as we're coming to what you can get from these points, anything from a 5k funded challenge all the way up to a 50k, depending on which one you want to hold off to. I would highly recommend holding on to the bigger ones, because obviously if you're going to get them for free, then they're definitely worth giving a go, and you can obviously earn more money as a result of them. So let's go through how to eventually claim some points here. Ultimately, when it comes to discounts on prop firm accounts, Prop Firm Match is the best because they find the best discounts. And what this enables you to do is not only make money through the loyalty scheme and purchase more accounts, but also get the best discounts possible in the industry. How to redeem a code then? If we go to the homepage, we can click offers, one tab to the right, and we can see here that all of the discounts are offered here with each prop firm, with each individual challenge, if we click onto the prop firm we're looking for, let's go for a random one. Let's decide we want to go with, let's say Think Capital, because I've got an account with them. Here you get 20% off and a free account. This free account, once you get a payout, they will offer you another account of the same size. So in a way, if you're good, you'll get double the one account that you purchase. The code here is match. We'll copy that just in case we need to use it. And let's click on buy. So when we click on this, we get the prop firm breakdown again, and we can see here all of the accounts. We are looking for two-step, and we're looking for $100,000. And we can see here that we will gain 823 loyalty points. I will show you in a minute how to double up on that, in fact. So we can see here the discount has gone from $499 to $374.25, saving well over $120 there. So if we will click on to buy that, and that's what we've got to make sure when we come onto this website, is the most important thing when purchasing this account. Yes, add loyalty points to the account. If you press no, you'll miss out on them points, and that is the most important thing when you're purchasing an account. You want to make sure you maximize the points. What we can see here is with this account, we want to use prop firm match, and it will take you to the website. We can also see if we want to receive exclusive offers and updates. This is good if you end up failing a challenge, because it will come through with the best discount that you can go back to. And obviously terms of use, you have to accept that as well. And we can see if we go to the firm's website, it should take me to the prop firm website of Think Capital. We should be taken straight to the payment process here for Think Capital, where we can submit our discount, which we just need to add in the promo code. We have there already caught a $11 discount on a 5K, but we need to press dual step and then we press 100K. So make sure you do that. On some of these, they won't be already allocated to what you've chosen on the website for prop firm match, but we want to add that and we want to apply, and we've already got a discount there of $100. So this is where you then want to be purchasing the account, and then as you go back to prop firm match we can now look at getting the most out of our loyalty points, which we will click onto this bar here, which shows your loyalty points. You get 200 for signing up as well. When we come to wanting to claim our points, I'm still not sure if I can actually get anything yet, because I'm still only 10% of the way to a 5K account. We want to click on claim our points. This is where you put through the prop firm that you've just purchased, which in this case is Think Capital. You want to obviously put in the email address of which prop firm account email that you've just used, account size, what you chose, and the receipt. So what you want to do is you put all this in, and then you'll receive your loyalty points. What you want to make sure that you do is when you get to this stage to get double points, so we saw 800 points, if you want to get 1,600, you want to use my affiliate code in the description for prop firm match. It will be Wilksy. And if you use that, I would try and use the full URL. And if it doesn't work, just use Wilksy. That should give you the double points. And obviously that will help me out too. And that is the full process of how you go to purchase a prop firm account using prop firm match, helping you provide the best information possible to make you have the right choice for your prop firm journey. And I hope this really helped you guys pick a prop firm and really start your prop firm journey if you're unsure of how you were to get off on the right foot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.